Hello, my name is Jatea Wiley and I am a founding Sapphire Ambassador with Wakaya Perfection. And if you are unfamiliar with Wakaya Perfection, I am so excited to introduce the company to you. The company has been around for about 5 years and the products have been sold in high-end places like the Home Shopping Network, the Chopra Center, Saks Fifth Avenue, and our founder David Gilmour just decided to switch things up a little bit and only have his products available through ambassadors like myself. And our products have been backed by Oprah, not once but twice. She listed them in 2012 and 2014 in her list of favorite things that she features every Christmas. And David Gilmour, if you're not familiar with him, he has founded many successful companies like Barrick Gold Mining Company, which is the largest gold mining company to date worldwide. Also Intercontinental Hotels and Fiji Water. So I'm just really excited to have the opportunity to be one of the founding ambassadors for this company. So the purpose of today's video is so that I can tell you the 7 reasons why I eat dirt, wear dirt, and why you should too. And when I talk about dirt, I really am referring to another one of my favorite products from Wakaya Perfection, which is our calcium bentonite clay. And our calcium bentonite clay comes in this gorgeous glass jar. It's a really heavy jar, a nice product. Great quality. The calcium bentonite clay is actually volcanic ash that comes straight from the Wakaya Island. The Wakaya Island is part of the Fiji Islands, so it really is one of the best clays around. I absolutely love it. And there are many reasons why you would want to consume and use bentonite clay on a daily basis. Drinking the bentonite clay is one of the easiest and most powerful ways that we can really help to optimize our health and wellness goals. When you mix the bentonite clay with just a little bit of water, then that causes it to have a negative charge. Now, most of the heavy metals and the toxins in our bodies have positive charges. So when we put the calcium bentonite clay into our system, those negative charges attracts the positive charges and eliminates them from your body. So it's a great way for you to do a daily detox and get out all the harmful toxins, chemicals, and heavy metals from your system. You can also drink bentonite clay to help cure any type of nausea, whether it be from morning sickness, a hangover. It also helps with IBS and constipation. And when you drink the calcium bentonite clay, you don't really need that much. So you can take a glass of water and just put a half a teaspoon up to a full teaspoon of calcium bentonite clay, mix it up really well, and drink it right away. And voila, you have really helped your system, you've removed toxins, you feel better, you sleep better, you're in a better mood. It just has so many benefits to it. Another benefit of the calcium bentonite clay is it improves the health of your teeth and gums. So it really does do a really good job at helping with your overall oral hygiene. The bentonite clay pulls out all the bacteria from your mouth. It also helps to pull out any type of infection. So if you have a sore tooth or a toothache that's causing you a lot of pain, if you brush your teeth or do a mouthwash with the bentonite clay, it will help to alleviate that pain because it's actually going to pull out some of that infection. And I use it as a toothpaste and it helps to whiten my teeth. So I love it. Another great benefit of the bentonite clay is for bug bites and bee stings. Since it has the ability to pull out toxins, it actually draws out the poisons when you apply the bentonite clay mixed with a little bit of water. I know my husband had got stung by a bee, and the first day I asked him if he wanted me to put some bentonite clay on it, and he was like, no, I'm gonna be okay. And the next day it was still itching really bad, so I offered again if he wanted me to apply some of the bentonite clay, and he said yes. And by the next morning it was like he had never gotten stung because the bentonite clay had pulled out all of the poison. And when you're using the bentonite clay to withdraw some of the poisons from bug bites or bee stings, it's good to wrap that up in some sort of a breathable cloth so that helps to pull out some of the poison with the absorption. You can also use the bentonite clay for burns and wounds. So if you burn yourself and it's very painful, the bentonite clay will help to alleviate up to 80% of that pain. And when you mix the bentonite clay with the water and put it on a wound or a burn, you want to be sure, instead of wrapping it with some sort of cloth, that you wrap it with saran wrap. You don't want to let the clay dry out, because if it dries, it's going to be almost really impossible to get it off in a way that isn't painful or more harmful. So you want to make sure you wrap it really good with saran wrap to keep the clay moist, and that way it will help alleviate the pain from the burn. And if it's a wound that has gotten any type of infection, the bentonite clay will withdraw any of the infection from the wound. And it just is really good at helping to speed up the process of healing the wound and the burn as well. I just love the bentonite clay. With doing the research, I just found so many great reasons why everybody should have a bottle in their home and use it on a daily basis. All right, and our sixth great benefit of bentonite clay is skincare. So you can use it as a daily skincare regimen. We already have it mixed as a clay mask that you can also get, but if you just get the powder form, it doesn't take much to mix it up into a clay mask. You just add some water. And the clay mask, when used on your face, it helps to unclog your pores, and it helps to minimize your pores as well. Unclogging your pores on a daily basis is so important, especially if you wear makeup. So our makeup is definitely filled with all kinds of toxins that's harmful for the face, and it also helps to cause wrinkles, and it speeds up the aging process. So it's good to get those toxins and chemicals out of your face, and the bentonite clay does a really good job at that. It also makes your skin a lot softer, and it gives it a radiant glow. So I absolutely love putting the bentonite clay on my face, and I've seen awesome results from that. If you are prone to acne, the bentonite clay is really good for acne, for whiteheads, for blackheads, because really what acne and zits are, it's basically an abundance of oil, dirt, and bacteria on our face. So basically a zit is a bacterial infection on your face, which doesn't sound too pretty. So the bentonite clay will remove the bacteria from your pores and from your skin as well, so it is really good for acne. And if you have a breakout, all you need is a little bit of water, mix it with the bentonite clay, and apply it to the infected areas overnight, and you just do that every night as often as needed. But usually, for me, when I put the bentonite clay on an infected area, then by the next day it's already gone. It's also a really good exfoliator. So all you have to do is mix the bentonite clay with a little bit of apple cider vinegar and rub it in a circular motion on your face, and it really gets rid of all of the dead skin that builds up on our face and on our skin over time. And if you want a bit of a rougher exfoliator, you can add some coffee grounds or some brown sugar or something like that to it to kind of give it a little bit more grit. But I love using it as an exfoliator. I've had just great results in all areas with this bentonite clay. But one of my absolute favorite benefits is the fact that it takes away scar tissue. So I didn't have acne until I was in my 30s, and that was due to some stomach issues that I have. So I would always get breakouts, and it would cause dark spots all over my face. And since I've been using the bentonite clay, I've noticed that the dark spots have definitely lightened up. So that's something that I want to continue to do, and hopefully, I know it'll never go back to baby skin, but it definitely helps to even out the skin tone. And bentonite clay is one of the few all-natural home remedies that you can use on your skin to remove the scar tissue and stretch marks as well. So I know the ladies will be really excited to get some bentonite clay, even if it's just to get rid of the stretch marks alone. Another important benefit, so benefit number 7, I am really excited about this one as well, is the clay baths. And what makes me so excited about tip number 7, or use number 7, is that when you mix the clay in your bath water, it helps to remove all of the heavy metals from your body. And there has been many doctors who have been recommending clay baths for their patients who have autism. And they have seen that the effects have been just miraculous where it comes to pulling out the heavy metals out of the brain from patients who have autism, and they've seen that they've been living a better life. So that really excites me. All right, and finally, last but certainly not least, I know I said 7, but I wanted to give you a bonus of 8. And the 8th benefit for using bentonite clay, I feel like is probably one of the most important. And that is using it as an underarm detox system, which is critically important, especially in women. One thing that we probably don't realize is while we're slathering on these antiperspirants and deodorant on a daily basis, what we're doing to our bodies. The number one ingredient and the main component of deodorant is aluminum. And I know when I picked up my Dove and when I picked up my Secret, that was the first ingredient. And aluminum actually is linked to not only cancer, but Alzheimer's disease. The phthalates can cause hormone imbalance and infertility. The propylene glycol is commonly known as antifreeze, and it causes allergies. Also, formaldehyde and parabens. And the parabens have been found in the biopsy tissue in breast cancer. So we're using something on a daily basis, not even being aware that it is definitely a cancer-causing agent. And we wonder why breast cancer is so on the rise, way more than ever before. And it's because we're putting these toxins and these chemicals right onto our body as well as into our body. And the reason why people use aluminum as the main ingredient in our deodorant is because it absorbs so easily into the skin, and it clogs the pores, blocks the pores, and it doesn't allow the moisture to get out. But at the same time that it's seeping into our skin, it's also going into our bloodstream and it's going into our brains, which is why it is causing the neurological damage, which is, if you think about it, it's really just mind-blowing. It's something that we were taught to use. We buy it, we use it every day, we think nothing of it. But really, if you could switch to an all-natural deodorant and still go ahead and start doing that underarm detox, there's actually, if you Google it, you can find a recipe on how to make your own deodorant made out of the bentonite clay. One thing that I want to be sure to mention is, yes, you can get bentonite clay from probably any health food store, but our bentonite clay from Wakaya Perfection is the only bentonite clay that has been approved by the FDA for internal consumption. So I just wanted to put that out there so that you don't run out to, Whole Foods or Trader Joe's and buy some bentonite clay and start ingesting it, and it hasn't really been approved by the FDA. So if you are interested in adding bentonite clay to your daily regimen for optimal health and optimal wellness, then go ahead and go over to my website, www.livewakaya.com. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you found some valuable information. Please make sure to stay connected with me, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and again, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much.